Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, April 10th, Major League Baseball slate. If you are new to the show, just a reminder, 4 teams we fade or follow and bet in those games are going to be Dodgers, Cubs, Royals, and the Orioles. All 4 in action again today. We'll give you some leans on some other games going on as well. But we'll get started here, 10-11 out here in Phoenix, so 1:11 Eastern time. Dodgers finish up the 3-game set with the Twins. Bobby Miller going against Chris Paddock. Dodgers have been pretty dominant so far in this series. The Twins just have a hard time getting any hits, getting any runs, all that kind of fun stuff you need in order to win baseball games, right? So we like Bobby Miller in this matchup. I know he got rocked the last time out against the Cubs. Don't expect the same here. That Cubs lineup's pretty deep with guys that can hit the ball. Not so when you take Royce Lewis out of this Twins lineup. Unfortunately, he's hurt again. So Paddock's been an okay pitcher. Man, I remember when this guy was, when he was a prospect, man, they couldn't talk highly enough of him in the Padres system. But not today on this one. So we're going to go with the Dodgers here. We'll roll with them. They're about a $1.80 favorite. Total around 9. In that one there. So, like I said, the Dodgers to bet on them this year is going to be expensive on those days where you get surprised. But the good news is if they win 70% of their games, which, doesn't sound that far off, then you're not going to get surprised that often, right? So with that offense, even though the bottom of that lineup has really struggled with Altman's came on the last couple games, but Gavin Lux and Chris Taylor have been an absolute disgusting. Max Muncy hasn't hit for any power yet, but yet they're still doing tremendous things. So with that offense. So we're going to take the Dodgers money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the 4. It should be 4.5 team total. If even it's over 5.5, we're going to take that as well. It's just not posted yet. Dodgers minus 0.5 run, first 3, first 5 innings, and minus 1.5 runs, first 7. We'll go to the 2 left-handers here. Freddie Freeman, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. Ohtani, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. So one more time, Dodgers Twins. Dodgers money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the 4.5 team total. Dodgers minus 0.5 run, first 3, 5 innings, minus 1.5 runs in the first 7. Freddie Freeman, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. Ohtani, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. So next game up, coming up, going to be Phillies Cardinals. Lance Lynn, Aaron Nola. You got to like the pitching matchup here for Philly in this one. Lance Lynn is just as unpredictable as they come. We'd have a slight lean if we were playing in this game to the Phillies on that one in that game. Total around 8. It sounds like a 6-2 game to me in that particular one there, but 5-3, 6-2. Number sounds about correct, but we'd have a slight lean to the Phillies. Next game up, Mariners, Blue Jays, Gilbert versus, I can't ever pronounce UC's name. Mariners actually a little bit of a favorite here on the road. Early time slot, 12:08 higher in Phoenix, 3:08 Eastern time. Total of 8 again. Let's put it to you this way. The way the Mariners have been swinging the bat, if you think they're going to win, you better take the under of 8 because they have not been putting up the runs that you kind of expect. But, their offense, I think, is going to struggle this year. You lost a couple big, powerful bats out of it. So on that one there, we'd have maybe just a slight lean to the Blue Jays in that one there. Next game up, Diamondbacks. Still in Denver, taking on the Rockies. They're a $1.42 favorite. Total at 12.5. Tommy Henry versus Alec Gumbar. To be really honest here, we would blast heavily on the Diamondbacks. in this one, and all their run lines to boot. Just think the Diamondbacks should be able to take care of business in this game, even though an early game, 12-11 out here in Phoenix, 3-11 Eastern time. Next game up, Nationals and the Giants, 12:46 here in Phoenix, 3:46 Eastern. It is smash against Patrick Corbin Day. So lay the minus 200, unfortunately, here for the Giants, and play against the Nationals, and play the over 8 runs. I think they got a good chance of putting up to 8 all by themselves. I know Jordan Hicks new to the starting rotation portion, but it's Bash Patrick Corbin Day, which is a national holiday every time he pitches. Next game up, we've got 1:08 out here in Phoenix, 4:08 Eastern time. Rays, Angels. The lines are currently locked on FanDuel. Zach Little versus Sariano. This is going to be our philosophy against the Angels all season. Take the other team. So play it with the Rays on that one. Next game up, we finally get into more late afternoon games, early evening games. White Sox going third game of the series against Cleveland, 3:11 out here in Phoenix, 6:11 Eastern time. Fetty versus Bibby in this one here. I know the Guardians are a 235 favorite. There is a reason the White Sox are still the lowest scoring team in the league, which is good because the Guardians aren't going to be the highest scoring team in the league, that's for sure. We'd still lay it with the Guardians on this particular one here, in that one. Next game up, 3:41 out here in Phoenix, 6:41 Eastern time. Padres at home to finish up this series against the Cubs. Dylan Cease against Kyle Hendricks. It's been bombs away on Hendricks so far this season. We are in this game. And to be really honest, we like the Padres in this particular matchup. Don't ask me why sometimes, right? Just like the Padres there. They come back game one, and we're taping this even before game 2 gets started. But game 1, they come back from 8-0 down, end up winning 9-8. We think the Cubs were going to win game 2. We really like this pitching matchup, though, for the Padres here. They can put up some offense, and Hendricks hasn't done anything against anybody so far this season. It's like he's pitching batting practice. The problem for Hendricks is his control's not there. When he's walking guys, because he's going to give up hits with lower velocity, stuff like that. When he's walking guys to boot, just don't like it. A couple guys we're looking at this one here. We could have probably had 4 players we figured out for the batters, but we went with 3. But we'll give you the bets so far. Padres money line, it was about $1.38 on that one. Padres minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Padres over a 4.5 team total. We'll take the Padres minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. We're going back to Fernando Tatis again. Home run, double, over 1.5 total bases, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. Cronenworth, who we think is going to be an excellent hitter. The question is he going to be able to pop 25+ home runs, I think, for Cronenworth. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ hits for Cronenworth. And then Jackson Morrell, the young rookie, the 20-year-old, we're going to play him for homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and over 1.5 total bases. And to be really honest, if Machado wasn't struggling so much, we would have played Machado in this one as well on batting props. So if you want to take a flyer there, definitely understand on Machado. Padres money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Padres over the team total. Padres minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Tatis, homer, double, 2+ total bases. Over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. Cronenworth, home run, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, 3+ hits. Jackson Morrell, home run, double. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases. All right, next game up on the board, Brewers against the Reds. Hunter Green, the flamethrower for the Reds. Wade Miley. Reds are $1.36 favorite here. We like the Reds in this particular matchup. Like Hunter Green as a pitcher. If his control's good, he's dominant. Wade Miley is easily hittable, especially for this Reds lineup that's got potency everywhere in this one. Miami Marlins is the next game up. 4:05 out here in Phoenix, 7:05 Eastern against Stroman. The Yankees $2.05 favorite here with Stroman. We're probably not going to we wouldn't bet the Marlins often, but I actually do like him in this matchup against Stroman here. There are some hitters on the Marlins that have some success against Stroman. I'm not a big Stroman guy. The best thing the Cubs did was not re-sign him. So we would ride with the Marlins there in a slight lean. Next game up, 4:11 out here in Phoenix, 7:11 Eastern time. Red Sox, Orioles, Cole Irvin, Cutter Crawford. This game's about a coin flip, 106. Looks like minus 110 favorite for the Red Sox currently, even though if you look at the run line, they're pushing the plus onto the Red Sox. So Irvin's got rocked in a couple of starts. No question about that. Don't expect Cole Irvin to, give me 8 innings of shutout ball. What do we expect is 6 innings of 3-run ball, and that Orioles offense should be able to hammer against Crawford. They have a couple guys that have big success against them. Both of them have a homer. We're going to be playing the Orioles in this one with that matchup. So let's give you those bets in that Orioles game. So Orioles, Red Sox, Orioles money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over 4.5 team total. Orioles money line first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. And we told you the two guys, it's going to be Adley Rutschman and Anthony Santander, both had good success against Crawford. So Rutschman, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. Santander, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, and 3+ total bases. So one more time in that Orioles-Red Sox matchup, Orioles money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Money line first 3, 5, and 7 innings for the Orioles. Rutschman, homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. Santander, homer, double. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, and also 3+ total bases in that game for us on the Orioles there. Next game up, Astros, Royals. Game's currently locked. We did get a bet in before it did get locked. This game's at 4:41 out here in Phoenix, so 7:41 Eastern time. We like the Royals again in this particular matchup. Seth Lugo has been pitching really well for the Royals, so we're going to roll with the Royals here. It looks like they're going to change starters. The Royals were a dog in this one at plus 114 before it looks like a starter change. So we will take the Royals money line plus 1.5. minus 1.5, minus 2.5. Royals over, it's probably going to be 3.5 team total. Royals plus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. We can't get enough of Bobby Witt, so we keep going back to the well. Double homer, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. And then MJ Melendez has been doing well for us as well. Homer, double, over 1.5 total bases, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. So not quite sure. They did have a starter announced, and then all of a sudden now it's TBD in a lot of books. So just wait for that one to come out. It is a later game on the 10th, so no real rush to go bet it early. We just want to let you know where we are. One more time on that Royals and Astros game. Royals money line plus 1.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run lines. Royals over the 3.5 team total. Royals plus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Bobby Witt, double homer, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, 3+ total bases. MJ Melendez, homer, double, over 1.5 total bases, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Next game, or last game on the board, A's playing against the Rangers in Dallas. Bradford against Ross Stripling here. Rangers are a $1.88 favorite, and I understand why. The A's have been playing pretty decent ball, though. With Stripling pitching here, I would take the A's in a slight lean at plus about almost $1.60 plus. Also, on the run line, they're only about a minus 125 or so, so I definitely would look at the A's in that particular one. Bradford has been getting beat up basically every time out So definitely would look at going against Bradford in that particular game there. So that gives you a rundown of everything we've got so far. If you want to make sure you check those bets out, the easiest way to do it is on our Google Sheets. At the end of every episode on YouTube, you will find a link to our Google Sheet. It'll read docs.google.spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Make sure you click into that. Once you get into the Google Sheets, it'll have multiple sports, multiple seasons. So make sure you look for 2024 baseball. And then scroll down to the April 10th bets. You'll be able to see all of those. Also, if you want to see what we've done all season long, you can scroll through and take care of that as well. So make sure you check those out when you get some time. We are a volume better. That is the easiest way to kind of keep up with us as we kind of stroll through these bets pretty quickly online. That way you don't have to be here for 2 hours to watch the show. So make sure you check those out when you get some time. And if you want to make life, if you want to find us on YouTube and make life really easy, hit that subscribe button. Once you hit that subscribe button, we'll be in your subscriptions tab. And if you want to make life even easier from there, all you have to do is turn notifications on from YouTube. And you'll get a notification to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.